Okay, HDR Lighting, I just created a, I'll do it again. Click on this grid, go to Sky, double click to make a new material. Disable, we'll make this our material. And we'll put this in our Luminance channel just to test it. I'll click off a color, click off reflectance, click on Luminance, click on the three dots. I'll go to downloads. Let's go to this one. I'll just press no. It should still be there. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to press yes. So this one's Luminance. Oh, that's why I wasn't showing up. It's there. And what you do is you drag it over here. Now I will click on viewport, texture preview size, and we'll do 2048 because that's what it was. So we see what it is. It looks like some park in Europe somewhere. Oh, and you know what I'll also do? I'll put a plane here just so we have something to bounce the rest of this light off of. Give it a render. Oh no. Click on this. Go to physical. First, just let's see what we have. Okay, so now we're gonna add ambient occlusion. Well, actually, let's add global illumination, and we'll see what this does. Okay. So you saw this is without global illumination, and this is with. It's bouncing off. Everything looks pretty good. All right, so this is the first way with the luminance. Now, this is what I learned yesterday. It's not too much different, but it's a little different. You just click on it, and I'll just name this Matt. HDR CLR for color, right? So they were saying don't put it in the reflectance channel, put it in the color. So I'm going to do the same thing with this. And I'll make another light. Skylight. This one goes here. Now we'll click on this one. Viewport 2048. And give this one a render. It's doing something different. I just don't know what, but it's doesn't look like there's that much of a difference. So, well, actually, it looks like I gotta see something. Yeah, it's hard to really tell if one of them's better than the other. I would say, yeah, I guess we could just do it I guess either or works. Yeah. So I wouldn't trip too hard about that. Okay. So since that's there, and this is another thing I learned, you go to illumination, and this right here will control the strength of that light. So if I put it to 18, it should be a lot lower. Yeah, okay. So this is how we control the intensity. Before I told you something different. I was in the Luminance channel and I was like doing some of the mix mode and I had it multiplied. That was the wrong way. So you would go to illumination and this is how you're going to adjust the brightness. of your scene. So we saw what 18 looks like. Full, 18, so it's toned down. Now, if you want to turn the dome, you have to click on it. I think, no, it's this right here. You have to go to, not Y, not that one. Oh, no, I'm trying to rotate. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, it's this first one. So this is what's different from Maya. It's this BHP thing, these navigation terms for rotating. So you want to grab this first one, and now we can probably get different looks to our lighting. So you can already see how this would be like a great base to start off as. Now, if you don't want to see the background, all you have to do is right-click on the tags, go to Render Tags, Compositing, click on that tag, go to Scene by Camera. Now we do another render. Wait, I guess that wasn't it. What is it? Compositing background. It could be this. Is this it? No. Usually seen by camera should be the one. So I'm not sure why that didn't work. Hmm. Reflection. Hmm. I'm not sure. Could have sworn I did this before. Like, oh, you know what it was? I think it's because this is on. So let me completely just, what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna disable this, delete it. Now let's see what happens. No, it's still same thing. Oh, okay. So that's what it was. My other light was on, so I had two lights in there. Actually, that wasn't a very good test now I think about it, because I think I had them both on. So let me do this. I'll delete this tag, and since they're both there right now, I'll just take this one, I'll delete it, and we'll do one at a time. Okay, that's that one. Now I'll delete this one. I wish there was a better way where you could just hide it. We don't know it. Okay, they're a little different intensities, but I like whatever this one is the best. So this one is putting in the color channel, so we'll do it like that. All right, so that'll be the start. We set up our camera, let's say. Wrong way to do that. Just click on the camera. So now I'm in the camera. And you know you're in the camera because it'll say camera. Let's say I like this. I'm lining it up perfectly. You don't have to do it perfect, but it does look nice. And when I say by perfect, I mean like this is like a straight, clean line down the center. I'll lock it, right click, rigging tags, protection. Get out of it. Now let's start PBR. Oh, and this was another thing, Mia. I think you made yours larger, which isn't a problem, but when you made your light, it was like really small, so you had to do a lot. I mean, we had to scale it up. So keep that in mind too if you don't see anything, that your light might be too small or too weak. Back in, render. Now here's something else too. If you don't want, well, I guess we could just raise the light. Let's just make it easier on ourselves. Don't do too much. But I was gonna say there's a way to make it so that this light doesn't hit this part of the floor. And we could also hide the floor the same way we just hid the I was hiding the background. Speaking of hiding the background, let's do it for this. So if I click on sky, right click, rendering tags, compositing, click on the compositing, click off of scene by camera. Now we shouldn't have a background. Yep. And then another thing we can also do is this. If you do want a background, but you don't, you want like kind of like an infinite plane type of thing, let me get out of my camera. What we can do is build one. So if I click on this, go to plane, I'll take this out. No, I won't use it with the plane. I'll do it with the cylinder instead. So you take a cylinder, can't grab that one. Make it a lot bigger. We're gonna lay it down on its side. Like this. Give it a bunch of segments. Let's do like 50. All right. Do NB. Drag this out. I'll make this larger, like this. C to make it poly. Middle mouse button click. I'm over here now, put it in face mode, get a rectangle, select all of this, delete it, select all of these. See, this was mine, we could just select it all, but then we have to go in and press control. Well, how do I get that? It should be easier. You know what, I just gotta go here and do it like this. Get the live selection. Hold down control, deselect those. And we're gonna delete. And so what we have is this right here. And I'm going to grab these edges. One. And I think we can do, is it right click, extrude? I don't know if that worked really. But we take this and we bring it down here, keep on going. I'll press 9 to get out of this. All right. So we have this right here, and what we're gonna do is grab our scale tool. Scale this up a little bit. I'll press 9 again, click polygons just to delete these right here. All right, I think that's good. Now all I have to do is take this, on the grid. And something else, you see this pivot right here? It's over here, so that means it can rotate like this. We don't want that. So I'm going to press L and take the pivot down right here. Because anytime you put the pivot on a bottom, the bottommost part of an object and you scale, it scales like and keeps it on the ground. All right, so I just did that to do this. Scale this out. Now what this will do is this will just give us like a nice infinite background. And if we want to, we can rotate this to be like behind our camera. It just depends on what you're doing. All right. So if I get in my camera again, let me unlock it. Ooh, wrong one. Camera. I guess I could unlock this because this is all it's doing. So then if I was to render it, you know, in another way, it's just nice to have that there. Matter of fact, let's just change our camera up a little bit. And now I'll lock it again. Or I could have made another camera. Anyway, so let's see what we're working with now. Yeah, and you see how you can have a nice background there. And we could do something like create. And let's not do that. So click on this and I don't know, make it, I don't see roughness. You know, we'll just be simple about it. Grab a car paint or something. Let's drag it on. But car paint, you know, it's gonna have a lot of metallic and flakes and other stuff in it, so might have to modify it or just take it all off. I don't suggest car paint. I'm just kind of trying to do something a little different. Yeah, it's because it's going to be too much. So let's stop that. Yes. Not do car paint. And let's just do. I thought there was something else. There's some other node material. That is node material. Let's do plastic. This should look a little bit better. Okay. So here you go. This should be like a nice start to get some good lighting in your scene.